I remember he did things on his own.
But he was,
So he
worked
did
as
the
a
laundry,
carpenter.
he did carpentry, he had a toy store at one point, he had the diner at one point. What else? He had the driving range, worked for the state.
And he also ran my cousin's laundry when my cousin went into the service.
Oh.
My cousin named Tommy Rubeo,
Whose son was?
the
Another one,
doctor's father.
another one of John's sons.
Another one of John's sons.
Yeah, another one of John's sons.
And when he got drafted,
Number 18.
he fought it, but he had to go into service.
Huh?
And I think he asked my father, he asked Papa, would you run the laundry while I'm gone? And Papa ran it, and he ran himself ragged.
Yeah.
He got sick.
Oh.
And I understand he didn't get any praise either from him.
No praise.
No criticism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was a little friction there because
Because
His
it
Tom
was
didn't
not
really-
appreciated
appreciate what he did.
financially
He
or.
went through that too.
He
Mike,
thought he
he
did a
did.
punk job.
Yeah, they were critical of what he did. You know, it was critical who he didn't get along with too, is that Nancy. I
Really?
think she worked in that laundry.
Nancy who?
He told me that Nancy,
Nancy's.
Shagging.
no, Nancy
Nancy Rubio.
Rubio.
Nancy Rubio who married.
It was really
John
Jay
Rubio.
that he really screwed him.
I think it was
Jay
Jay.
too.
Jay was undermining him all the time.
Yeah, Jay was in the office.
Who's Jay?
That was Tom's
You
Rubio's
met her.
wife.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
He talks stories slowly,
Yeah.
carries a big stick.
Huh.
That's the one that said that Uncle John married a woman half his age.
Yeah.
Oh.
I forget who was sitting with me. They got insulted that she would say that. One of the family.
When he had the driving range, he had me and Paul to do all the work.
Yeah.
He was standing here.
Well, Tom.
And Tom too, yeah.
You know what they had there too in the golf range? They had these tees. They were shaped like a wedge, like this.
Yeah.
And when you hit the golf balls, the tee would go out into the lawn area, and you have to go out there and rake them up.
And you guys had to rake them
You
up
have to
before
rake them
hitting
up.
balls?
Yeah, yeah. After they got finished hitting balls, you'd rake up all the tees and then reuse
Did
the
you ever have to
tees.
go collect balls while people were hitting them at you?
I never did it. They
No.
did it.
I was the
Big
oldest son.
umbrella.
Every time he got a scheme to do, I had to do it with him.
You know what?
When he had the toy store, he worked during the day, I worked during the day, I just thought he was over.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel about that?
At the time I told my father and I should do it.
Yeah? You didn't resent it?
There used to be
Not
guys
until
used to
later.
rob.
You resented it
balls.
later?
Yeah, I was in it.
When you were an
Yeah,
adult.
come out of the
When I was
woods.
in
Had
the
the woods and rob balls.
I think
I remember Papa. We were sitting there one time and these guys came out of the woods and started picking up the balls and Papa said, after them. So we took off. We ran after them.
Yeah, because there were no fences.
Was he in the
There
cavalry?
were just woods on either side, so they could just go out
Go get
from
'em.
the woods and get the ball.
And we ran.
I used to sympathize with my mother.
Yeah.
She would talk about, not getting money, not knowing what to do,
Mm-hmm.
and he's always doing the same thing.
So she was she upset a lot of the time? Or?
We never went hungry. I
No,
don't remember ever being hungry.
no.
She always figured out a way to do it.
There was
huh?
always food on the table. I don't
I
remember.
don't remember things like orange juice.
Right.
I don't remember anything like that.
We used to eat a lot of bread.
A lot of bread, a lot of potatoes.
Yeah, but we never went hungry. Never missed a meal or anything like that.
Did your mother run the household?
Yes.
As far as that was
And
concerned.
just think about who she had to feed.
Oh, she ran the whole household?
Right.
Her parents and
Her father,
the grandparents, her grandparents, were they her father's parents or her mother's
father's
parents?
parents.
Father.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And, it wasn't just taking care of them, it was refereeing too.
Yeah.
That's right, you never thought about that. How about your mother's parents? How about,
I don't know who they were.
grandma's parents?
She was an orphan.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
she was awesome.
Yes,
The Giachos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
Giachos.
guess.
And she used to referee for everybody.
Yeah.
If there was
Wow.
friction between
And
brother
she-
and sister or something, a little bit of friction.
Wow.
She would be the guru of the whole household.
That's when age 19.
How the heck?
And then what about later on, all the families, you had 3 families living in that little house.
Yeah.
Aunt Minnie was on the top floor, we were on the middle floor, and Aunt Anna with her family's on the basement,
In the house of Waverly Street.
in that little
A lot of
house.
friction between the
This
kids.
was after. Wait a minute. So then, you mean your grandfather lived with you in your apartment?
Yeah, Grandpa lived in our apartment
And this is after your grandparents died?
after his parents died.
Okay.
I told
Right,
her,
and then Aunt Minnie lived on the top floor, we lived on the middle floor with Grandpa,
Right.
and Uncle Frank lived with his family in the basement.
I told you on weekends, Grandpa used to have his friends over. In that little kitchen, they would have mussels, clams, beer, smoke.
His socialist friends?
Yeah, well, no, what
Yeah,
is?
but wasn't that was before
Yeah,
and Uncle Frank was.
So Uncle Frank went into the service. I don't know, was he married before?
He was married before he went through. He had a baby they didn't see for 4 years. But
Wow.
Yeah, so that was before.
it was my grandfather's house.
Yeah, right. Right.
That played a big role in developing properties.
But man, what a burden on her. She had to do
Right.
But they
all
didn't,
of
they
it.
didn't think anything of her cleaning up afterwards.
Well, they didn't think anything of it then. Today, forget about it. The woman that told you goes take a
Yeah.
walk.
She cleaned stindines.
What's that? What's a stindine?
Like chitlins. No
Intestines.
chitlins.
Intestines,
Oh.
chicken intestines.
Yeah,
That's
that's,
how you guys
that's
eat?
like chitlins. That's what chitlins.
Let's get back to the kitchen. Yeah, less than half the size of this room.
Right.
There's a big tub in there, like, you ever see the wash tub? Old fashioned.
Is that what she washed the clothes in?
That's what we got bed.
Oh, you got bathed in that?
Yeah,
Who would have bought those cabinets? I remember those cabinets. You had to sit down and go like this
right.
because the cabinet would hit you.
Oh.
You sit at the table and you gotta go like this because the cabinet would. It was about that far from the
Yeah.
table.
The door from the back porch is like that, like where that window is.
Yeah,
And the table was here and the cabinets were this low.
yeah. Wow.
And so you gotta go in there sideways.
Jeez.
And there was 4 of us and Grandpa, it was 5. 5 eating.
You know, I never took a kid home to play.
Oh, really? Yeah.
You probably
Yeah.
never did either.
Yeah.
We
There
always
was
went
one
out.
birthday party.
Why? Just because of the house? You were ashamed?
No, it was a shame.
Just didn't
The
do it.
house was too
Just sensed
small?
that you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Right
no room.
I go home from school, I change my clothes and boom, I'm out.
Yeah,
Up until
yeah.
supper time.
You just got out of the house.
Right.
The house was so crowded, you just had to get out.
No, I never thought about it. Just that's the way you
The
did.
thing you do.
And on Saturdays, I wake up in the morning, just dressed and go out.
Yeah. Did your mother ever get bitter?
To me,
No, I'm saying
About her condition.
because of all this that she had to do. Did it ever?
well, she was
make her
very
bitter?
sad about it. And I think she loved Poppy. And she was sad about the way it was going. It was depression times. It wasn't easy for anybody.
But did she resent all these responsibilities that were thrown
No.
on her?
No, you didn't do that, Tom. You didn't resent anything. You did what you had to do.
Well, she didn't.
No.
She didn't.
Well, maybe some others would, but there were a lot of
Right.
people who were sacrificing during the Depression.
I guess it was just
One
accepted.
thing you look at Bobby, he had a job all the time.
Uh-huh.
He was never out of a job during the Depression. That's not true for everybody.
Wow, yeah.
Most people,
Even though he gambled away his salary
Right.
sometimes. About how often did that happen?
pretty often.
Oh, it did.
And he got in debt, and he had to pay off the debt.
Got in debt to who?
The bookie.
Did Pop ever have trouble with the bookies?
Oh, he knew them.
Did your mother have any life to her own? I mean, you know, you always said that she read, but did she have friends? Did she have a social life?
yeah, a lot of friends.
Church.
She
That I
was,
remember,
she,
yeah.
she tried to get involved in the school.
Yes, that's right,
Oh.
which was very rare.
She got involved in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, like PTA.
Yeah?
Yeah, very
She
much.
made to see how we were doing.
She
That was more than most mothers at that time.
Listen to
No, I was gonna say those
Some
pictures
people-
they didn't look at.
Immigrant families that didn't
I
know
know,
their way
there's a
around.
lot of pictures.
Yeah.
Wouldn't take them going to
It's all right,
school.
though. I got that
every
straightened
election
out.
day she got
Are
a
those
job
ones you
at
brought?
the polls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Just,
Yeah.
you know,
I don't know if you
people
guys
check
saw
out.
He was
these.
very bright, Tom, and very sophisticated.
Was it, she volunteered at the polls or she
No, no,
was
she
paid?
got paid.
He got paid.
It was a paid job.
Now, you said she got involved in the church, right?
Yeah.
What'd she do at the church?
I just don't know novenas.
Services.
Fidelity Society.
Gotta look, find me.
She had a good spirituality.
Yeah.
Oh.
She was a good Christian.
You talk about anybody who knew her in the neighborhood, and even today,
You got it.
talk to relatives who knew
It's
her.
not because I recognize
They loved it.
Now I recognize
You know Uncle
I still
Leo?
remember.
Yeah.
This guy, I remember
He
Frank
never went to a
Lebon.
funeral.
This guy, his name is DeLillo.
Everybody in the family that died, he never would go.
Ambrosio.
Just because he was that kind of person?
That kind of person.
Girls, I remember.
But my mother, he went to.
Jeez.
Oh, you went to her
That
It
was
funeral?
was the only funeral we
Wow.
remember him
Who did
going
hit
to
this?
was my mother's funeral. So that's how much respect she had. That even he respected her.
Wow.
You know, so that's a good indication of the type of person she was.
Vera told me the other night at dinner, your mother was so good, I used to go to her and tell her my trouble. The only person I could talk to.
Really?
And Josephine's husband died.
Jeez.
You wouldn't think it when if you spent some time with her.
That's
You wouldn't think it
You wouldn't think.
that she was a confidant
Really? Why
And
not?
that's Uncle John's
because she never cried or
She
anything
never
like
told
that.
anybody how good she was.
Ah,
That's why we didn't know.
Only how young he is.
We knew from other ways.
right.
And that's Uncle Leo's family.
And she never wanted anything for herself, no?
Yeah.
You never talked to Papa about buying something? You never wanted anything?
Aunt Josephine.
Who never wanted anything?
My mother.
Oh, she never wanted anything.
That's Aunt Josephine's husband. Dan.
Wore the same sweater all the time.
So she suffered quietly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There was no choice. Where was she gonna get anything?
So, did you, when you were younger, when you were on Waverly Street, did you feel that you were poor?
No.
That's Uncle Frank.
What did you?
I never gave it a thought.
No.
No?
How about you, Dad?
The Frankie boy.
No, never thought of it.
Yeah.
Just for one thing, everybody else in the neighborhood was the same place.
Right.
And the other thing, our mother never.
Yeah, you keep these on.
You know, never had an empty table.
Right.
And Christmas time, we always had gifts. And I
Yeah.
always got two.
You always had what?
Not
Two.
Rubeo's.
Two
No,
gifts.
that's Aunt Anna's,
One
We
for
had
my
gifts.
birthday, one for
Anna's
Christmas.
mother.
Oh, right.
That's
We
her
had
sister.
gifts and we had parties,
And that's
we
her
had
daughter.
big dinners.
I don't know why
Yeah.
Pop had it.
Relatives used to come.
Anna.
And
you
she
know
was
Betty, my
not
cousin
treated
Betty?
well by
Yeah.
her,
That's her husband.
husband's family.
No.
They were
Is
so
Anna's
tough on
sister?
her.
Yeah.
Especially your sister.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They were so demanding
Anna's
of her.
mother.
Pop's
He was
family.
a jewel in the ring, in the ring.
Huh?
Pop's
sister.
family didn't treat her well.
No.
No.
They
What
was
do you mean, Pop
hypocrite-
family didn't treat her well?
They were hypercritical of her.
Aunt Anna thought the world of her. Aunt Anna no back.
No.
But in addition
Maybe
to
not.
that,
Tom,
in addition to that, she made great
Oh, what?
demands.
But you
might
left
pick
Poppy
up
wrong.
fine. I mean,
Oh, that might be
because I don't know if
true.
we
And-
They put him on a pedestal.
on the audio.
And
He was the youngest
grandma
in
and
the
grandpa
family.
used to be the same way.
Oh, yeah?
You know, I can't give you anything specific, but I remember that she always felt a lot of pressure from them.
From them?
A lot of pressure. The demands that they were making on her. You know, that she had to treat the boy right.
When they came to visit around the holidays, there was always a big table set up for them. She never got any money from anybody.
Yeah.
She had to do that on what she had saved.
I always got the feeling they were a little jealous of her. That's the feeling I had.
Anybody who married one of those boys, Uncle Tony, and I got some stories about Aunt Eleanor, when she was living with Grandma, Poppy's mother.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, she'd order around. And they'd go in the room when they were sleeping together.
Oh,
Yeah,
What?
you gotta hear that Anna and Vera talk about it.
And the sister,
Oh, the sisters were the same way.
and Anna first, and then the others
Yeah.
the same way.
Wow.
It wasn't Mama's husband, it was my brother.
Right, always.
We
Oh.
refer to him as my
That's
brother.
Josephine Chacho.
Yeah.
That binding of brothers and sisters is stronger than a marriage bond.
I talked to Aunt Anna Rubeo about that sometime.
Oh, yeah. She got it too.
Oh, yeah. But she didn't take it like our mother did.
Yeah. Well, she's a different
She gave it
personality.
back.
I'm sure. I can
She
imagine.
never took it.